UFC 195 mind-blowing decision. Ronda Rousey versus Holm. Miesha Tate is extremely disappointed. Into the arena, beat down while Banks unfucking cut. Holm's gonna get her fucking ass whipped. And I can't call her no bitch because she's a very nice lady, I heard. But this came out of no fucking where. I heard this, and this was like the black no hope joke Andre Berto, because I haven't said Andre Berto was going to beat Floyd Mayweather at one time. Floyd Mayweather is going to decimate him. I wouldn't even be shocked if Floyd stopped Andre Berto. Holm, she faced Marion Reneau, and previously she faced Raquel Pennington and had a split decision. She has not looked impressive in the octagon. Even though she's 9-0, she's not the woman that's going to knock Ronda Rousey off her throne. Okay, Ronda Rousey just beat the... Now, she's a bitch, Beshkaheda. She beat that bitch ass in 34 seconds. Damn! Then before that, it was Kat Zingano, 14 fucking seconds. Before that, Alexis Davis, 16 fucking seconds. Before that, Olympian Sir McMahon, 1 minute 6 seconds. And we was getting hyped because Dana White had said Miesha Tate. Even Ronda Rousey said Miesha Tate. Miesha Tate beat Jessica Eye. She beat Sarah McMahon. She worked her way back up. And she gives Ronda Rousey a tough fight because Ronda Rousey beat her in Strikeforce for the women's bantamweight title that was elevated to the UFC bantamweight title in the 135-pound division. And she took her to the third round. They fought twice already. And it's going to be the third fight. We was hearing maybe Dallas, AT&T Stadium. But now, UFC 195, January the 2nd. Holm, 2 fights in the UFC. She looks like she needed to work her way up a little bit more. I'm extremely disappointed. This is mind-blowing. Covered this story on my other channel, Into the Arena, ETA Network. It's for WWE. But I can go in more in depth on this channel because the fans here like MMA and boxing. Ronda Rousey has a devastating clinch. She is a bronze medal in judo, Olympian 2008. Okay, she brawled it out with Beshkaheda, whose strong point was striking. Her striking ability is amazing. This is an MMA fight. This ain't a boxing match. I know Holm accomplished a lot in boxing, but in MMA she has looked unimpressive, especially to challenge Ronda Rousey, and she's going to get her ass whipped. I don't know how long this one is going to go, but I'm going to tell you right now, get the popcorn out early and get your soda ready, because it ain't going to last long. Don't take a piss. Don't take a shit. This Holm is getting knocked the fuck out or submitted. Simple as that. Now, we thought we was going to see Chris Cyborg in the future because there was a lot of speculation about that. Chris Cyborg, 14-1 with 12 KOs, but she fights in the 145-pound division, featherweight, and she's the Invicta featherweight champion, and she was the Strikeforce featherweight champion, yes. And in 2011, she got banged for steroids against Yakanama. And, you know, she says she cannot come down to 135. It's killing her, and it's taking all this energy out of her. And Tito Ortiz, who's a great friend of her and was her manager, said that the UFC offered to fight. And Dana said, "You're a liar." I covered that because we cover everything Ronda Rousey because the fans here, they agree. You know, they support Ronda Rousey. We did Ronda Rousey versus Beshkaheda. Got over 140,000 views. The fans here, they love me. Okay, what can I say? They love me. And I wish I was before you more. But, you know, we've been dealing with some problems. But now I'm here, and my focus is on this channel. And I'm blown away by it. But let's, you know, Ronda Rousey's going to win. Let's go to What Culture, and then we're going to go to MMA fighting. Ronda Rousey to fight Holm at UFC 195, January the 2nd. Ronda Rousey will defend her UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship against Holly Holm at UFC 195. The fight will take place on January 2nd at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Floyd Mayweather home, and she said she would whip Floyd Mayweather's ass in a no-rules street fight, and I think she would. And because Floyd Mayweather, you know, he has a history of beating women, Josie Harris, Melissa Brim, but this is one woman he ain't gonna beat her ass. But you know, you can never count a man out. But in the boxing ring, he would beat her ass. In the street, in the house, you know, I give it to her, but she can still get caught. Ronda made the announcement during an appearance on Good Morning America, which illustrates how mainstream she has made this sport. January 2nd, I'm going to be fighting Holly Holm, who is actually the most decorated striker we have in all this mixed martial arts. She is. If that's the most decorated, then I don't know what to say. Rousey said not the women's division, not the bantamweight division, like 19-time boxing world champion Holly Holm was the Ring Magazine pound-for-pound female fighter of the year, and definitely my biggest challenge to date. So I'm super excited about it. However, Rousey taking up Holly's boxing credentials isn't reflective of the challenger's MMA skills. She looked distinctively one-dimensional in her 2 UFC fights, only earning a victory via decisions. Split decision against Raquel Pennington. Whoa, she barely got out of that fight with a win in her debut. This woman is going to knock Ronda Rousey off her throne. Get the fuck out of here. She has the reach and can box, but is she really adept enough in MMA to face someone like Rousey? The likelihood is that the champion takes her down and submits her via armbar in less than a minute. Holm has only had 2 UFC fights, and it has surprised many observers that she is getting a title shot. I'm fucking shocked. Still, lack of skill didn't stop Betchka Hader doing a monster pay-per-view buy rate with Rousey at UFC 190, and that's because Betchka Hader talked a lot of shit, and she beat 2 friends that was part of the 4 women, okay? 4 women. 4 horse women. The thing about that was Kaheda sold the fight with stinging personal comments and character. Holm isn't going to do that. She isn't that personality and actually comes across as a nervous person. UFC President Dana White has clearly liked her from day one, but she's done nothing in MMA to impress. Everyone thought it was going to be Miesha Tate. Dana White had already said she was the #1 contender following her victory over Jessica Eye in July. Granted, Rousey-Tate is a fight that has been done before, but Rousey versus Tate 3 would have been big box office. A lot of speculation that she would go against Chris Cyborg. They're saying Cyborg, if she can drop down, would face would face Miesha Tate, and maybe the winner would face Ronda Rousey at UFC 200, something like that. And Ronda Rousey definitely wants to get back into WWE. But we're going to go to MMA fighting, where it basically says that Miesha Tate was extraordinarily disappointed with this situation, and I would have been too, because if you've been promised by the president of the UFC that you would be facing Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey actually said that that was going to be happening also, I would be extremely disappointed, because I'd be like, what the fuck? Why the fuck am I not getting this fight after I've been promised? Don't you want to see it? But, you know, I know Ronda Rousey beat her twice before. I don't know the logistics behind the whole situation, but MMA Fighting says this: if you thought you were surprised to wake up on Friday morning and hear that Ronda Rousey will defend her UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship against Holly Holm on January 2nd, imagine how Miesha Tate must have felt. Tate, the former Strikeforce champion, had been publicly named as the next challenger for Rousey title on several occasions by UFC President Dana White over the past month. She found out otherwise on Friday when Rousey announced that Holm fight on Good Morning America. Now Tate has broken her silence on the matter, speaking to MMAfighting.com on Friday afternoon. I'm extremely disappointed how all the events unfolded this morning regarding news that I will not be fighting Ronda Rousey, Tate said through her manager, Josh Jones. According to Tate, she has already begun training for Rousey trilogy fight she thought was coming her way. I was told after my fight win that I earned the title shot, Tate said. I've already begun training for Rousey, and I was shocked to hear the announcement this morning. I regret this for not only myself, but my team sponsors and the fans who, like me, believe my next fight was for the title. Tate declined comment when asked what she wants to do next. She now that she no longer has the Rousey bout. Take this time to subscribe. We gave you all the information for you to go on in your daily life regarding this situation. It's mind-blowing, it's shocking, and it's a joke. Into the arena, the Don Juan Banks.